Here we go.
I'm gonna open this up. Here
Do
go.
we get a surprise round because he was not expecting that? 15.
You initiated combat. I'll give everyone a surprise round.
So I was creeping along the side behind this boulder. Was I successfully hidden, or do you want me to roll for that?
Roll me a stealth. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you advantage since you are behind the cover.
Lizard man on the right.
Arlen is definitely hit.
What was I doing? I was doing a dexterity save, wasn't I? What's the DC he's got to beat?
15.
Oh, never mind. He got a
That's so funny.
13 fire damage.
fire damage too. Okay. You know what? It was gonna go down because of the fire damage. I'm just gonna say, even if it wasn't enough to bring the bridge down, it goes down. The bridge is just no more. There's no longer a bridge.
And Snapjaw falls into the river.
He falls into the river. You see from the water, more of Snapjaw's friends come up from the water to resurface.
You just had to throw the vial, didn't you?
He was going to shoot us, darling.
You don't know that.
Cool. You got a 15. That is a hit. Roll your damage.
So then I quickly duck back behind this rock for now.
Yep. You're like freaking Batman. I always call you Batman, but yeah, you disappear into the veil and I'm no longer seen.
And he decides that he's just gonna go ahead and just go all out. So he clenches his a little medallion he has. It's made of wood, but it has like a green emerald in the center. And he casts Ice Storm directly at Snapjaw. That's a 20-foot radius all the way around him.
Nice.
And
Draw that on the
hits.
map for me, actually, so I know what we're talking about.
And yes, it would. It basically it's a hell of rock hard ice pounds. In order to do this, he actually has to pick up some sand or some dirt from the ground, and he sprinkles some water on it.
What's the DC?
14.
All right, they all take full damage. So they're all up, apart from this one that got hit with an arrow. He's dead. But they all look kind of like they look like sailors do after they've been in a storm. They got like frostbitten fingers and they look horrible. They look like they're barely standing.
You should be.
Okay,
You should have it.
so in that case, I can make it right here just barely, and since I have to use it because I'm cursed, I'm going to pull out my spiked slasher club and hit this poor little lizard folk right in front of me.
He's 20 foot down, but you still hit him. You know what? This looks awesome. You like kind of vault over the edge and like strike it whilst like doing a Tom Cruise dangling off a cliff thing. I think you look at the others, and normally you expect people to act with fear after seeing one of their friends' head explode, or they were maul and stuff. But they look completely out of it. They look like they're on the verge of death themselves. But nice. Yeah. Is there anything you want to do?
The cold will do that.
2 successes. Sprig, buddy, you get there's basically a volley of javelins, right? And only 2 of them actually hit you, but like there's in the ground all around you, like there's these long pointy javelins sticking out around you, and 2 of them hit. So I'm going to roll damage for them. It's 17, so you take 17 points of damage from those 3 javelins that hit you.
Theseus is gonna try and pick up the little girl and put her on his mount with him.
She's on the mount.
Okay.
He's go. Right, he is pissed, so he's going to climb up to here. He's going to use pretty much all of his movement to get up on here. Let's see, yeah, yeah, pretty much. And he's going to actually dash, so he's going to move over to here, and he's next to Krug, and he looks ready to do some slashing. He's yelling. You can hear him yelling in his deep draconic voice. And there are some more noises from the trees, more rustling noises from the trees back here. Cookie, what's the plan?
Cookie's gonna cast Suggestion on Snapjaw.
Oh, nice. I was freaking waiting.
Don't take my fun away from me.
I'm gonna say,
All your friends are traitors. Kill them all.
What's the DC? What's the DC?
it's 14.
Cookie, and he says in Draconic, "I'm gonna get you first." Arlen, since it's a new round, I want you to make a perception check for me, since this is you're closest to where this is happening to. But you don't notice actually. What I will say for all those concerned, there's no longer an alligator in the water. At least not an alive one anyway.
Sprig is going to do something interesting.
Yep.
He clings his druidic symbol, which is his amulet, and he runs and he basically dives 20 feet down onto this. But as he's falling, he uses as a bonus action his wild shape and transforms into a swarm of quippers.
Cool.
I have advantage on melee attack rolls if they don't have full hit points.
Okay, you have advantage, and there's 2 of them. I'm gonna let you attack both of them as you're a swarm. Oh no! Somehow,
Somehow.
Is
you
that
like
for both of them, or
No,
just
that was for the first one.
for the first one, you start attacking
How did I
each
get the
other.
exact same number?
Would I be able to like throw this guy in the water at the one guy that's left alive right here?
24 then, nice. I'm gonna do an opposed. He gets a 5, so you overpower him. He's now falling. Roll me an acrobatics. Then this is how you aim him to land on this dude. He's now falling. 2d 12 damage. This dude dies as Snapjaw, and you fall on top of him. That's freaking awesome. Inspiration again.
As he like jumps down onto him, he's like screaming, "I am the leader now!"
Nice, cool. If you'd have killed him with that, and after you'd said that, I would have made rolls for the lizard folk to see if they become your tribal lackeys. But
Can we at least see if they're intimidated?
All right, go ahead and do an intimidation because that was pretty badass actually. So they got a 16 actually. I mean, see some of them just literally jump out of the freaking trees and start like turning away, to run. You managed to start a rout. But yeah, that's your go.
So yeah, it's Arlen.
Arlen, mate, go ahead and roll me a perception check with advantage. Okay. There is something in the water. Boom. So this is for the benefit.
What the hell is that?
Yes, there's you see like a large black shape underneath the water's surface, and blood trailing behind it, and
Click will immediately. Immediately.
This is Dark Souls music.
Did I accidentally like throw Snapjaw onto that?
yeah, like like the bodies kind of just are getting pushed, like it's like like a ship hitting like smaller ships. It's like just pushing the bodies aside, like it's nothing, right? I'm gonna move these bodies out of the way. So this is just for the benefit. It's not appeared in combat. Only Arlen can see this at the moment, but it's getting really close to Click, and you can see the way it's moving. It's gonna attack pretty soon.
Everyone.
Yeah, I yell everyone to
Totally.
everyone to get the hell out of the water.
By everyone, you mean
Get away
the
from
big dog and a swarm of fish.
Yes.
Don't.
There's a large
Ninja
sound.
smoke.
There's a large sound, a flicker of water, well, like more like a thunderstorm of water, and you hear a scream, unlike anything you've probably heard before. In fact, you hear this. I don't know if it'll work. There we go. And yeah, like out from the water flies this giant blackened creature. Oh.
It's apparently very long.
And it breathes acid breath in a line. It'd be like basically the new. Oh, you haven't watched Game of Thrones, but yeah, basically it goes for the cart.
Exactly.
So
So Sprig's
two
sort of
unique.
like dusting some acid off his cloak.
yes, go ahead and make me a DC 14 Dex save.
Oh man. Whew, it's half damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you made this deck save.
Okay.
Vita is immediately terrified.
Both of you take half. Then.
That'd be 27.
Okay.
So
So
even
I'm
with my
down to
resistance,
30.
All right, and it's flying off.
after it's killed, though.
Yeah, it
It's not
says
really
after
healing;
it's
it's more
killed.
repairing.
I'm going to make a DM executive decision here, actually, as we're taking a little too long here, and I'm just going to move this scene to the next one. We'll just fade out, and we'll open up on a new scene. Let's get back into this then. So, like, there's a scene, a fade in, like a cinematic fade in, and it's all of a sudden that scene in Lord of the Rings where they're climbing the mountains, right? Go ahead and draw. You can feel free. This is the only time you're ever going to hear a DM say this, but go ahead and draw using the paintbrush the lines that connect each other, because I'm assuming you would have connected each other with rope in case one of you falls. Candy, you're in charge of the ropes. I'm going to draw a line. That blue line, you can go as far as you want up to that blue line. That's where you'll start, and then I'll start doing the checks. But go ahead and like move who's at the top, who's at the bottom, that sort of stuff.
So,
figure that out.
I would
At
assume
my
Krug
end,
would be
in
at the top.
addition,
With
Vita
Vito.
would probably be at the bottom because she can't climb for shit. You know
as
what?
kind of a last.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna make a command decision. Vita's probably gonna wait at the bottom because she's pretty heavy.
I'm gonna use my immovable rod as as a safety catch and be fastened to it. So if all the other pittons fall out, we're still fastened to the immovable rod, and I'll just move it with us when I can.
Actually,
How
All right.
far up are we like trying to climb? Like, how far does it look from here?
Oh man, you're maybe about halfway, and you're already
Oh,
like a good 100 feet up in the air.
Cookies,
And it's
cookie.
you're looking around. It's foggy. You know you're in the air, and it's really misty. So you can't really see. Look at you can't. Fortunately, because of the mist, you can't really see how far you've got to fall. But you also can't see your surroundings that well.
Yes.
Cookie's gonna cast Conjure Beast and cause 2 giant eagles to appear.
Oh shit! This really is Lord of the Rings. I need to spawn an eagle. Then is that right?
I spawned 2 of them for Arlen as well.
Actually, no. I
So,
also
yeah.
can summon an eagle.
Because I don't have an awesome token, what I'll say is like the eagles form out of the rock that you're climbing of, so they're made of stone and like, they're
Nice.
flying. Yeah, and there's 2 of them.
I also have conjure animals, so I can just conjure another eagle if I wanted to.
Okay, I guess all of us are flying on eagles then.
All right, I'll spawn some more eagles. Shit, I wish you. Okay, I should have thought of this. Never mind. I've broken it already.
How Vita casts Mage Hand, has it go as far down as possible, and have it shoot the finger at Vita.
Alright,
Vita
guys,
cannot
stop.
cast Mage Hand at all.
Stop.
Everybody, stop.
Arlen.
Arlen, what do your fancy Arlen eyes see? Roll me a perception check. Oh,
Almost.
still pretty good. Okay, you know what? It's
Let's have
hidden
it.
well. It's hidden well, but you spot a nest with some eggs in, and these eggs are large and they are black
charge.
scaled. Large and in charge, and they have black scales all over them.
Oh shit!
Oh boy.
I think we should keep going.
Avoid.
Can I shoot them?
Arlen, no!
Your bow has "do it" on it.
Duct
All
tape.
right, we're out of combat order. You've seen this nest. What do you do? Do you fuck with the nest? The
I
DMS?
keep flying. I'm just gonna say that now.
Yeah, Cookie's just gonna keep going too.
Okay. I was gonna have you make some really hard climbing rolls, but you know you don't need to do no more. You know what? You've managed to successfully, intelligently overcome this obstacle. You make it to the peak of this cliff. So this is another theater of the mind thing.
At the top, though, Cookie's gonna send one of the eagles back down to pick up Vita and bring her up. Vita and the girl.
Vita might.
Can it pick up
2
my
equals.
dog too?
Yes, probably. It wouldn't be. I mean,
Ooh, wait, how are we gonna carry what's his face? Click.
Just tell you, Click
down.
is fine down there. I told guard the horses and whatever's
Oh.
down there left.
The only
All
horse there.
Yeah, because the other ones were all left on the other side.
Yes.
yeah. You make it to the top of the rock pillar, and I'm assuming you demount. At the top, you see buried into the very top of this pillar is a sword in the stone, sort of, so to speak. And I'll show you a link. I've got a link actually of what it looks like, and it's piercing the ground. Let me link you this in Gen chat. And yeah, it's a leaf blade, right? It's got like a green section on the hilt, and it's buried into the ground. And growing around this blade is this green plant with these glowing red flower petals, and they're kind of fluorescent and they glow. Time of day, if it wasn't for this mist, it'd be easier to tell, but it's pretty. There's still some light out. And yeah, like what you see is a great view of loads of these stone pillars before you, spanning out as far as the horizon. So, yeah, I
Sprig
mean,
is going to use his herbalism kit and also his knowledge of herbology to study the plant.
it's not a particularly hard check, so you manage to salvage enough of this plant. And actually, as you pick it off, the rest of it starts to wither and die, and it kind of disintegrates on itself actually, and it withers away, and until nothing's left apart from this sword.
Well, as they're all lollygagging and doing what they do, Odysseus is going to fly back down to make sure the ground is safe. And
Check on the
So you're
girl.
flying right back down to the base then, and
Yep.
you're scouring you're making sure nothing sneaks up on you. Okay, since you're looking out for this, then roll me a perception check.
Oh no.
You have,
It's okay. I'm a tank.
as you're flying down, you have this uneasy feeling, this sense of dread, but you're not sure why. You get to the base, there's nothing there. But
Mm.
all right, this next part I'm going to tell you out of character, just so you've got some context. I'm going to link you something.
Okay.
Woo.
Let me find it real quick. Has everyone watched that video yet?
That is a
What?
terrifying
I'm watching it now.
creature.
What is
It's a good thing I don't use long swords, or otherwise I probably would have taken it.
The world
Oh!
I'm guessing that's what would have appeared.
I'm assuming that's what would have attacked us if we grabbed it.
Or, oh, what if the thing we're actually standing on is that?
Oh.
Jormungandr. The
Have
world's
you
Pull
watched?
the
Have
sword
you
out.
watched that video?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
Seconds of
need
it.
to be told what Jormungandr is. I know what.
Okay, so Arlen, you spot there's a patch of shadow in the mist, a large patch of shadow, and it was subtle, but you spotted it, and then it starts to move as if it's spotted, as if it knows, as if it's been watching you this whole time, and it knows you've suddenly spotted it, and it starts to take form, and it takes the form of a large serpentine neck, and then you see the base, the start of its large serpentine, well, more like a body really. It's not a snake, certainly not a snake, and its large gigantic head starts to appear over the base of the roof of this pillar that you're on.
I start searching for any caves or any like.
You're on the
anything
top of a
hiding.
pillar and it's misty, so I did a little descriptive bit. Hold on. So the scales on this creature look ancient, like they've been here for centuries, older than the rocks that you stand on, and each one larger than a wagon. But it's not that terrifies you. It's not the evil, macabre smirk across this malevolent being's maw, nor is it its fangs, which are all of them are the size of a telephone box. It's not the vents of smoke escaping this being's nostrils. It's not even the horns, each the size of a private jet, sprouting out from either side of it. It's not that puts you off. The thing that most scares you about this creature
Is its giant dong.
yeah.
We just met the world serpent, everybody.
So
and it
Out of
leans
character,
in.
Jormungandr.
It leans in. You can make out black scales and it green, like green fiery eyes, and it leans in close enough, and you can smell its terrible breath.
out of character real quick. I'm assuming this has something to go, or this is going to go somewhere along the lines of like, grab the sword, the serpent gets scared, and it runs away, or something along those lines. It's the only way out.
You have no idea how this is going to go.
Okay.
Can Cookie try to communicate with it? Go like, "Hey, how you doing this fine evening?"
So,
Does it respond at all to Cookie's attempt at being friendly?
It speaks, and just like in that video, when it speaks, the ground you're on shakes and the earth tremors.
Do I understand it?
It speaks in like this horrible ancient dialect. It's speaking an ancient dialect of Draconic. So if you, those of you who speak Draconic, it's like the equivalent of listening to like Shakespearean English. It says, I'll do the subtitles. It says, little things spotted this one. This one is impressed, and it does like it elongates its s's. It's like a snake's, you know.
Sprig
Like
doesn't
Vita.
really say exactly what he says. It's more like he saw us seeing him.
Is that all he says?
Yeah.
It's grinning and hissing, and like you see its snake-like tongue just like flickering out of its mouth. You see its eyes look at all of you, and it's waiting and watching and seeing what you're doing. It smirks. You see it smirks evilly, and its eyes kind of narrow, and it says, "This one shall help you. It will allow you to take that plant that you did, and in exchange, you will help this one."
How can we help you? What do you bargain with?
It reaches back down to its gigantic ancient body, pulls out a scale, and then with it in its mouth, it places it in front of you, and it says,
Dragonborn.
"You will take this with you. Wherever this goes, I go." Yeah. As you go near the scale, it turns into like this black ooze and reforms into a sphere.
Krug just like shrugs and moves to pick up that sphere.
But
Is
Do
this is
you
your
touch it?
I mean, he kind of has to.
Yeah, it's watching you. Make a wisdom save. So this black orb.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that.
Yep, still not enough. This thing just feels wrong. You've never felt so strongly about touching something you just did not want to touch. It kind of invades your mind. You see like flashbacks of previous memories, and when you release the orb, you get the sense that this thing has just learned all of your secrets, all your memories, everything you know about the world.
Well, luckily for Krug, he doesn't know much. So Krug just kind of stands there, shaking a little bit after having, I'm assuming, relived like his entire life through at that moment.
Yes, it was not
you-
your choosing, but you witnessed
And
it.
What
Krug is like,
happened?
nobody else touches this ever. And he's just shaking, obviously, like completely shocked. And he has like a
What
few
did
tears
you
going
do
down his
to
eyes.
him?
Charming.
It speaks again, and it says, "This one demands you all touch that orb." It
Krug
doesn't
does tell
respond to you.
them that as soon as he touched that, more or less what you said, that it felt very wrong, and his entire life flashed before his eyes.
Mentally raped.
More or less, yeah.
That sounds like a bad trip. I want in. Cookie's
Nice. Oh yeah! Oh!
I'm gonna stop him. He's just shaking.
Again, your mind flashes. Your memories are invaded. In some of your memories, some things are added on that you don't remember. You see the shadow of a man in some of the memories.
Is
I
that
don't know if you'd necessarily know this in character, but yeah, as Cookie, as some of your memories flash by, yes, there's some things
just-
that added on in some of your memories. Like there's a shadow of a man in some of the memories that you're forced to revisit, and you get the sense that this thing has learned part of the world through you.
Cookie is not like a normal bard where there's just a bunch of memories of him sleeping with everybody. It's just a bunch of memories of him cuddling with everything he can see.
So you're cuddling in one of the scenes. You're cuddling someone, and then there's someone cuddling you. It's like everyone make a wisdom saving throw, basically. Just speed through
Vita
this.
is going to. Vita's not going to touch it yet. She's going to ask one of the translators. Ask him what's going to happen if we refuse.
I'm probably gonna die.
It responds with saying, someone can translate this. It says, "Would you dare refuse one of my requests?" I'm not gonna do the same thing. You get the idea what happens next, right? For those of you who didn't get a 20, or those you weren't, had the special things. In each flashback, though, the shadow becomes more and more real, and to the point where you can make out features of a man, a pale man with green, like bright green, flashing eyes.
Let me guess.
Clean cut
Is
beard,
the snake size, the serpent size.
the same color as the serpent's eyes, right? It's dressed all in dark, and it's wearing like these really weird old style clothing that you've not really seen anyone wear.
For
You
some
know,
reason,
like-
I feel like you're taking inspiration from Half-Life.
Oh, I'm just
Like his-
I haven't planned any of this shit. This is just me going for it, man. Let's do it. Sorry, Trouser. So, Arlen, you notice it lock eyes with you.
Oh.
Oh, geez, you gonna get that?
I grin and wave.
It moves its like giant maw closer and closer and closer to the point where you're in
shit.
touching range of it,
It's
and its
4.
tongue flickers out and brushes against you.
It's so
Uh,
And it says,
Hey,
"You are impressive," in its booming voice.
Do I understand this, or
It likes you, saying to Shorty. That's what he called you, Shorty. It likes
is
you,
it, is
Shorty.
it still in Draconic?
Yeah,
It is an ancient draconic. It says, "I would like to add your strength to mine."
oh, so it's a good thing we didn't pass the saves.
Is it'll open its mouth and it'll bite you and it'll try and swallow you. So I'm not going to give you a dex save to dodge this. You're inside this thing's mouth. But this next save is to try and break out of this thing's mouth. You're literally inside this thing's mouth.
Oh
No,
man.
All right, so you try and break out. First time, no luck, right? I'm going to do some acid damage because this thing's really, really acidy inside its mouth. What you'll want to do is roll stealth I'm just gonna assume you'll find a way out of it, and you're gonna roll a stealth.
So can whoa.
So 20.
You take 11 acid damage, and you manage to sneak out one of its teeth. Like it's got so many giant teeth. There's like loads of gaps you can sneak in and out of every time it opens its mouth. So it opens its mouth and licks its lips, seems pleased with itself. And you guys see this thing kind of chomp down on Arlen. Arlen's disappeared when it removes its head from the pillar. Maybe some of you spot Arlen, like throw a rope out one of the sides of its mouth and climb down.
He is tiny.
Yes, and it's looking at the rest of you now, and you can tell it's still thinking about something.
We're just gonna go.
I take
Cookie's gonna
This
hop on one of the eagles and try and fly away.
You hop on the eagle. You'd probably know that this thing could still probably reach you because like how fucking big it is if you flew away. You sure you want to get on the eagle and try and fly away?
First, he's gonna ask,
Am I free to go?
You are not.
What do you want? Do you want me to play a little ditty for you?
It says, I only need one of you to take the orb. The rest of you I do not need.
So while he thinks I'm dead and is distracted,
Vita
I am
immediately
climbing
takes the
away
orb
as
and
fast
puts
as I
it
can.
into her bag of holding.
"Oh, you bitch!"
Oh,
So Vita says, I have the orb. Would you please let me down?
You may leave, the rest will stay. Okay, guys. What I'm going to do now then is you've got one chance. You can come up with this as a group. One chance to try and convince this thing. I don't care how, but try and convince this thing not to eat you. If you don't, it's gonna be combat time. Everyone, make that roll to see whether you die on that, and make the argument. I guess you're making the argument. I'll come back to this by the way, Sprig. You're making the argument that that you could be its agents. You could work for it then, which is
We could work for it. We'd probably make it sick if it ate us, and yeah.
Roll with advantage because you're helping one another.
Persuasion.
yeah.
It's a
Vita is still
persuasion.
helping.
All
even
right,
though
I got
she
this.
is-
I'm gonna add my bardic inspiration to it. Okay.
Do
That's
it.
fine. It is,
Roll
by the way, the
back.
DC is a
Fucked.
20. The DC is a 20.
Here we go. Do whatever I need to.
I don't think you can inspire yourself.
Oh fuck. Okay, so that's 11, 12, 13, or 13, 14, 15,
It's
16,
advantage. So
plus 1d8.
I'll allow him to inspire himself.
Okay.
You can normally inspire yourself too. That's it. Damn it! No.
Oh my gosh.
Mm,
All right. It looks amused, and it says, "This one is amused by your attempts to convince this one of another outcome. This one will reward such audacity. One of you will be my meal. The rest of you will go. Decide."
Dithos grabs the sword that was stuck.
Okay. And do you try and pull it out?
Yes.
do it.
Okay. Roll me an athletics check.
Do it. Do it. Oh shit, son.
You pull the sword from the stone, and as you do, you notice the part of the blade that that was buried within the stone is perfect, without any sort of erosion and corruption. And you also notice that there are a set of gilded lips across the blade. As you
Oh,
pull
no.
the blade free, the lips part, and it starts screeching. Everyone, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
You.
Oh man, not
Everyone-
another one.
Oh shit. Well,
Ah!
healing powers.
Do I hear the screeching or am I way too
Oh.
far away?
You would actually hear it.
Arlen's all the way at the bottom of the thing. Jesus
So
Christ.
do I save as well?
All right. Anyone who basically gets below a 10 is paralyzed. So the serpent recoils, it hisses, and it waves its head left and right like it's in pain. Like this sword specifically was made to imprison it, sort of thing, maybe almost. And it's reeling in pain, and it's shouting and screaming and bellowing in its giant ancient voice, which is making everything even more louder. And it's banging into the stone pillars. These stone pillars, just as big as the ones you're on, are collapsing under its weight and falling.
I love it. It's probably good. It's good.
Oh,
Look at this
perfect.
high quality
Guess what these are?
pillars.
Pillars.
That's
Which one are we
correct.
on?
You are on. Someone roll me a 1d6 and figure it out.
I will, because I'm new here. 3.
You guys are on 3.
Okay, I am going to head over to Krug and try to knock him out of his paralysis.
All right.
Okay.
How are you doing this then?
Yeah, you've like, are you shaking him out of it, or are you?
Probably like punching him, like
Yeah,
just punch him
gets
right
people.
in the face.
Yeah, that's how you fix a paraplegic. Yeah, you punch him in the face.
It's better.
I guess it would be an
That's
advantage.
good for you. It's good that you failed that because
Oh,
it means
good.
It means you shake him out of it. Well done.
Okay.
How far was that? I guess I can just begin dragging him back to the eagles.
Oh, they're in easy reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Krug will be. Krug asks you that you let him get an eagle of his own. He wants to make sure that the girl makes it out alive too.
Okay.
guys.
And I guess make my way back to the eagles.
Okay, to the eagles, everyone.
So Krug's going to. Nobody else is paralyzed, right?
Except for
Nope,
Well-
no one else is paralyzed.
Yeah.
That's just
okay.
you.
Not anymore.
Well,
Just
Punched
you.
him out of it.
Do it. Oh yeah, you just got shook out, didn't you? Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're.
So Krug is gonna grab the little girl and go onto one of the eagles and get out of there.
All right, she's got like a hand, like a tentacle and hand over her face, and she's trying to cover her ears up, and she looks scared, and you pick her up.
Picks her
He's
up,
like,
puts her on the
"Dad,
eagle,
Dad."
and zooms out on the eagle.
He should
Yes.
be.
Sick person's turn is next. You'll be happy to know. You do not want me to roll a 4, and he's thrashing around twice and just destroying the ground everyone's on. So I'm going to roll twice, and you do not want me to roll a 4. So
I thought they were on pillar 3.
God, there's.
you're on pillar 3. You do not want me to roll a 3.
Oh shit.
Roll all the 4s you want.
Okay, so there's a 5.
So you see pillar 5, like just to the side of you, like just get destroyed by this massive body, this bulking black
The
snake
massive
body.
boy.
It moves again. Oh, flash!
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Collides with you. There's an almighty whap, and like everything, the ground just crumbles beneath the bulk of this creature. Now everyone's free falling. It's a good thing you're a good couple hundred of feet up in the air. Yeah, so everyone's free falling now. So Dethos, that's happened. You're free falling.
Just out of character, could someone please save my dog?
No.
Let me,
All right, cool. So yeah,
Oh, no.
everyone's free falling. What's the plan, Dethos?
Well, I hope to catch an eagle.
Roll it. Yeah, that's
19.
fine. No worries at all. You need to be at 15 if you're wanting to one of these next checks. By the way, guys, so just be at 15 next while you're free falling and you're fine. But yeah, an eagle comes to your aid. You land on it, and you're able to grab anything that was free falling with you near you. So the
You do
sword
something, Eddie?
or any of the gear. If no one had that with them. Yes.
Oh, and Sprig.
I'm the last one to go.
everyone except for the girl, Arlen, and the Krug and the twin-headed Dragonborn are still falling.
If you want to use your movement, you can give advantage to whoever next is free falling if you want to totally catch them with your eagle.
Did anybody grab Vita?
Nope.
No, screw you. You were gonna abandon us.
Sure, you were. You were gonna.
She
abandon
helped you. She tried. She tried to help.
There is a free falling snake.
Yeah. Well, anybody really wants to go be crazy and charge the snake with me? Sorry.
Nope.
Of course, yeah, you're totally gonna do that, Max.
Yeah.
Oh fucking god.
That's one of my personality traits. So.
Nice.
Fair enough.
If you do that, inspiration, sure. Plus, what are you up to?
So the Cookie's really the only one closest to me. Veda was somewhere else.
Velveeta.
Yeah. There's still 3 eagles, right?
He's got it.
Yes.
And one of them should be huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Expand eagle.
I know Spray can transform himself into something.
I can't transform into a bird
Oh.
until 8th level.
Okay.
So one level away.
You look
wait,
down.
No.
You look down,
I don't think
Dethus,
about
and you
it.
can see, like beyond the mist, you can see where the ground starts to meet. You're getting pretty close to the ground.
You just hear
Oh.
Cookie screeching.
And you see Vita
This was
just
unholy.
closing her eyes, accepting this. Like
Oh shit!
somehow I knew this would happen.
What'd you do, buddy? You're safe at least. Can you?
Yeah. Dethos twirls his sword around and points it at the world serpent. as I am deeming it, and yells in abyssal, "You wanted a sacrifice. Now you are the sacrifice." And I charge.
Shit. I should have made you do the voice.
Dr. Claw?
Do that again, then. Sorry, just to be clear, what's the last thing you're doing then?
I'm charging at it. I'm going to strike it with the sword.
Okay, I just needed that confirmation.
As he falls.
So it's currently distracted right now, so you get closer to it, and yeah, let's fuck it. Let's do it on this turn. So yeah, you get to one of its scales, swing to hit.
Okay, I've got my longsword.
All right. Yeah, you make contact with it, and it's like hitting a brick wall. Kind of just reverberates through your arm. It kind of hurts a bit. And you've basically it's the equivalent of a mosquito trying to sting a bear.
Wait, wouldn't his sword still be screaming and be like a lot?
It is still screaming, and that's the reason the creature's still writhing and not doing other things right now.
So, is anybody gonna save Vita?
Or Kirk's too far away to save Vita, and he doesn't know that the pillar is falling.
Well, let's get to that. Let's get to that. We've got turn order on. So, Cookie. Yeah, yes. What are you up to?
Since Cookie summoned one of the birds, Cookie's going to command it to catch him.
Okay, nice. You're basically underneath you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go catch Vita.
Okay.
Click!
Screw click, you can build another click. We can't build
Yeah, the last one falling. And can probably catch the dog as it's falling.
That's kind of racist.
So yeah, I mean, go ahead and roll a separate charisma, then try and attract it. This is going to be a harder roll for you as you're further away. But yeah, go ahead and roll persuasion.
Pray.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah, sure enough, one of them hears you.
You have +9.
And you're like, "You get the fucking dog!"
Wait, who's gonna grab Digi?
Yeah, I was about to say I own that one. I could literally have it without having to do a persuasion and still get the dog. That's what I was trying to say.
Just so you can get away from all the rocks, my horse is down there, and it could definitely support you.
Plus, it would probably be able to move a lot faster since it just has a really light halfling on it.
Yeah, I'll hop on the horse and get. I mean, I assume I was kind of like getting the fuck out of there the whole time I was at the bottom, and you guys were going through shit at the top.
Yeah, that's basically why I didn't make you roll dex saves immediately, because I assume you were doing that whilst you're at the bottom.
We can just assume to go faster. He was on the horse.
Yes. Sprig, I'm just gonna go to you, man. What's the plan?
He whistles to Featherfoot, who grabbed the dog thanks to Arlen, and Featherfoot comes to him with the dog.
Cool. All right, the dog is safe. Basically, up to you.
Okay.
Don't crit it.
Sprig is now having a conversation with the dog.
It was needing a 15, so it was close. It's still falling, but we'll come back to that. I think everyone's pretty much safe now, apart from Chip.
How high up are?
Yeah, that's the thing. You're getting really close. One more round, and if he's not caught up on this next round, splat. Yeah. Nice. I think the only one who's not eagled at the moment is Chip. Is that right? I'm pretty sure it's Chip.
Click.
Yeah, it's the big doggo.
The big doggo. So,
and honestly, Sprig doesn't have to get him. He only really cares about living things.
Right.
I mean, it's just like.
You still got advantage because Sprig's near it, right? So it can.
Yeah. I mean, he'd still attempt because he knows how Ben would do it. But if he feels like he can't do it, he won't like.
Vita will tell you.
You are in a nosedive at the moment.
Yeah.
Vita will tell. If you can't get him this time, I understand.
Cool.
Okay.
Go ahead, Lupin, and roll me acrobatics with advantage then. Or athletics.
Athletics.
Puppy.
We go.
Puppy.
He needs 15.
Yes!
Oh, yay! There we go.
Nice.
It just catches him, and like you pull up at the last possible moment and avoid getting splattered against the ground. Nice. And like, yeah, I think the final scene here is just everyone on eagles.
We are getting the fuck out.
Flying up to the horizon.
We're just assuming that Dithos didn't stay behind to fight the thing, right?
No,
Yeah,
actually, that's a
yeah,
good
I'm
point.
still behind.
That's a good fucking point, everyone. Let's
So-
cut back. You've just been saved from falling to death, and you're flying off into the distance. And then we've cut to this monster like God of War fight, and you've got inspiration. You've hit one of these scales. It's done really not much at all. What do you do next?
Okay,
Stab
I'm
it in
flying
the
up.
eye.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I'll go up to the eye and stab it.
Nice. All right, you fly
Go
up to
for
the
the
eye.
eyes, boo!
You've got
Go
one more
for the
turn of this.
eyes!
You've got one more turn of this thing writhing, and then it won't be writhing because the sword will be out of range.
If
Actually, no, you've got the sword, haven't you?
Yeah,
he's got the
I'm
sword.
wielding
You've got
it.
the freaking sword,
He's
right? Okay, I was
attacking
gonna
it with
say
the sword.
Yeah, that's what
that's keeping the thing from writhing. So good.
if
Go
Dethos
ahead.
survives this, I say he should get bonus experience for this.
Yeah.
I'll say he becomes a god if he beats this thing.
Wait, oh, he can uncurse Krug. Oh.
In that case, you hit. Roll your damage, and you're hitting its eye. 11 damage. Yeah, this almighty. Could you do the voice for me? It's screaming in pain.
There we go.
Perfect. All right, yeah. You have
It's
this
music,
thing's
though.
you have this thing's attention. It notices you.
At first, you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. By the way, Vita tells everybody, it's like, yeah, I threw away that fucking. Because fuck that guy.
Also, Krug kind of looks back at Click and points back towards Krug, and he says, "He's the alpha now."
All right, this could take a while. So what I'm going to think about doing,
As it sees Dethos fighting the snake.
and I'm going to set a DC, and because otherwise it's going to last a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say we're looking for you to hit a number, and the first person to hit a number. I'm going to say it's a D100. But fuck the mechanics altogether. We're going to roll a D100.
Right.
I'm going to actually say you're looking for a specific number. So the first person to hit the number, and then they win the fight somehow.
Oh, out of those
I'll
two?
be rolling for the snake, if that's okay.
Okay. So first one of you guys roll a D100, and this is the number you need to get.
Okay, I'll do it. Never mind.
All right, never mind. 48. So the snake gets 2 rolls. You only get 1 because it is a god.
Yeah, it is legendary. Do
So
I get to go first if I burn
go
an
for it.
action
Yeah,
tree?
you want to get a 48.
So that's my
you'll
3
go.
rolls.
Yep, you'll go.
You get 2.
Gosh. Natural
Alright.
100. Now they're natural 100.
Natural
You just give it to him for the nat 100.
2 natural 100s. You get 3
Yeah.
rolls as well.
Nice.
Snake, go make 3 rolls. Every time you get a natural 100, you get an extra roll.
Okay.
So he gets 2.
Same roll for the snake as well.
So
Okay,
then
4.
Dethos should have 4.
Okay, you get 4 then.
So- Yeah, roll 2 more.
What do you- this is such a hard number to hit.
It's so suspenseful, I swear.
It's literally got.
It's a 1% chance, okay,
This is
guys?
what-
Yeah.
Let's translate this into a scene. What this looks like. You guys have flown away at this point, and this fight is lasting through the night, lasting through the morning, lasting through the afternoon. And like there's just the snake writhing in and out, and him flying in and out on his like stone eagle, and like,
know what?
This is
striking
so
it.
suspenseful.
and it's instant death.
Somehow the eagle is feeding off the magical energy of the snake so that it is maintaining itself.
Same
you think
for
the last
Dethos, probably.
Oh my
The sword
God.
is like its counter, so
Yeah, that's what's feeding the eagle.
I'm rolling
I can
too
hear-
high.
I can hear the pain in your breath.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
If it wasn't for the
fear.
fact that I couldn't see the screen if I was on the edge of my seat, I would be on the edge of my seat.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
So close, so close. One.
Oh
I'm
shit!
gonna go with that.
We lose a roll. We
Makes
lose
sense.
one roll.
So just 2.
We lose one roll with that.
On my
You
next
should,
on the
you
next
should make
roll.
it so that there is a minimum of, like, 1, though.
Yeah.
Like, so you
Oh
only have
yeah,
a minimum
there's
of
a
1
minimum.
action.
That's a good precedent. Yeah.
So
Okay.
does D still have pulse then?
Yeah.
Alright.
He hasn't
Yeah,
rolled a
keep
1 so
rolling,
far.
Yeah, I'm still using my 2s. That's my.
You get to
Oh,
roll
how-
4 times though, D.
No, I burn my action surge.
Yeah, but you got a natural 100, so that gives you more rolls, he said.
No, I already
because
used all
for-
4.
But they're temporary though. It's
Let-
only for
yeah.
that next turn.
Yeah, and I
I
used all
thought he
4.
just said that they stick around.
I'm going to say they stick around. It'll make it more interesting. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
they
you've
get
got 2 more.
Oh,
If
so
you get, the rule is if you get a natural 100, you get to have an extra roll every turn. Every turn. If you get a natural 1, you lose 1 every turn, but you always get at least 1.
Oh, okay, so I can roll.
do it.
For the
You can do
serpent has
2 more.
Okay.
2 more, then.
Come on, Max.
2 more, man. 2 more.
69. Come
Goodness.
on. Come on. Get lower.
10 higher, man.
Oh,
I don't want to win, but now I kind of want to win.
You're on the opposite team.
You got one more, JC.
No, I already rolled. The previous one was like
Oh,
the
39.
one above. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, 39. 1 number difference.
Oh my gosh.
69.
This is basically how we are.
For a year. It's getting.
Why is it so difficult to roll the same number twice?
Let's do 1 in 1.
Because we have a 1% chance of
Yeah.
getting it.
Right, but I've never even had this much trouble with real dice.
I'm going to set a time limit for this. I'm going to give this 5 more minutes, like actual 5 more in-game minutes. And if no one rolls it, then it's a draw.
Okay.
Keep
I'll
rolling.
Dethos escapes with his life.
Oh man, if we
Serpent
ever run into this
escapes
thing again, it's gonna be so mad at Dethos.
Oh, you
Dude,
will
It's
run
gonna,
into this
it's
thing
gonna,
again.
it's gonna be big.
It's gonna be huge.
This is interesting,
We're
man.
looking for 48 people.
so
48.
48.
That's the magic number.
Ay, ay, ay.
48 is the sweet spot.
No, it's such a hard number to hit because it's out of 100. So
It is possible.
Oh!
58. 110
Oh
off.
my gosh.
so close.
I'm gonna add some more
Probably.
Dark Souls music on. Fuck it while we wait.
Yeah, do it. Put on the
I would
Wilmir fight.
suggest the Taurus demon fight.
Dark Souls. Let's see what depends.
Another one.
All right, you get an extra 1.
Too off.
my
Too
gosh.
off.
This pains me as much as it does you, Max.
Just wait till it gets 2 natural 1s in a
11
row.
off.
And
Oh man.
5? Oh my god.
2, 3, 4.
Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. There. Here we go.
No, don't do that. Don't type it in.
There.
Oh,
There
yeah,
it
that's a
is.
simple way of doing it. That's a simple
Nope.
way of doing it, I suppose.
Yeah, like that's what I meant. Like, fuck that. I'm not gonna.
Have them all in
11,
it.
6, 67, 57, and 7.
so wait, if he manages to roll 2 natural 1s and doesn't get any turn, do I automatically win?
No, I just
No,
have
it only
I
goes
just
down
get
to 1.
Oh,
Minimum
okay, okay.
one.
One's your base.
Darn.
Roll it, Lupin. Let's see what we do.
Oh.
Orgasmic.
so,
Nope.
so darn
Like-
close.
This is like winning the lottery.
I know. It's harder than winning the lottery though, because then at least you have like 5 shots.
You have
A
5
massive
shots.
chance.
Ethos.
We found out.
Yeah?
I think we should do something different than this.
42.
Jesus.
We got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
Do it, boy.
Come on, Dethos, become God.
It's so hard to You get so much closer though.
Oh!
45.
Oh, very close. Very, very close.
You're always lacking 2.
I know, it's like just right there.
Music is lovable.
41.
I pray.
Hurts.
Come on.
This hurts me.
Oh!
27.
Oh, it's getting close.
Oh lord. Why it's such a cock tease at this point.
Yes.
He did it.
Oh my god.
I got a world serpent.
I want to see what I would get.
Just to see.
All right,
Okay.
everyone's gone at this point. There's an
Okay.
almighty crash. There's mist rising up, and smoke and rubble, and acid. There's acid everywhere. There's acid all over this eagle. There's acid all over the ethos. And he stands atop the corpse of this giant serpent. His blade still screeching, but he's immune to it because he's been using it so much. And he's just there on top of this dead corpse, looking off into the distance. And then the scene ends.
As
and we're done.
Dethos, as the serpent dies, it says, "I curse ye."
No fair.
Your soul.
No. Now it starts speaking in my comments like, "You're an asshole. I hope you die."
So does he become a god now or something?
We will, yes, basically something like that.
We'll
Anyway,
have
he's
to
gonna-
try Traza first.
Like
I'm gonna-
at the very least, he should get some level advancement for this.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
thinking I'm just making you level 20.
Right, he defeated a god snake all on his
No.
own.
I have the perfect solution for this. Dethos, just pick an epic boon.
Good
You could
work.
also maybe put him up.
Oh, we'll work out the specifics after,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
But that was really, really
Ask
done.
Traza.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there is a few specifics we have to work out because Kruk probably has